Happy Saturday. Happy Veterans Day weekend. Hello, everybody in the chat. Thank you for coming by. Welcome to John's Comics with Kids. I got a very fun kind of unboxing show for you all today to enjoy. But I want to say hello to the chat. I got the cat with me, but no kids. The kids are all sleeping. Everybody's asleep. I thought it was the perfect Saturday. Let everybody sleep in, unbox a bunch of stuff, including great community member artwork. I got some really great stuff here to share with you all. Finally have a chance to open up and go through all of the things I got from as part of Comics Curing Cancer. An event I love to participate in. I love to purchase things knowing that the funds will go to support such an amazing cause. So all the links for that are down below, but we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. I'm going to say hello to some friends in the chat. I'm going to get some things started off right. I got something from this guy right over there. I'm going to open up something for him. So good to see you, Shop. Let's throw up the John Doom. Let's see if I can find him. There he is. What is up? Good to see you this morning, sir. I hope your Veterans Day weekend is going well. Let's see. We got the G-Spot Galvin. What is Robert Galvin? Fresh returned from his trip to Florida with the comic book community down there that we all love so much. I hope you're doing well, Robert. Good to see you, sir. Salute to X11 Bravo this Veterans Day weekend. And I even loaded a couple of things that I put on my Instagram this morning, some great pieces of comic book art honoring our soldiers, some pieces that I thought were really kind of poignant and interesting and beautiful. So salute this weekend to our brothers and sisters in arms. I got my poppy. For those that don't know, this is a symbol often in the UK primarily, but around the globe in some cases to represent Veterans Day. So you might often see people wearing or handing these out. I know the VFW in my area hand these out all weekend long. And then, of course, I got my swag from all the great groups that I support that support veterans. There's a ton of great charities out there for those veterans in our community. So definitely reach out if you're looking to find ways in which you can support veterans and veteran affairs and things like that. Mental health is one of my big pushes as far as supporting mental health and mental health awareness. And I know that I think it's still November is Mental Health Awareness Month, especially, at this time of year, we want to really be cognizant of those things. So what is up, my brother, X11 Bravo? Hope you two are doing well. You and Panda are doing well. What is going on? Scotty Vaughn in the chat from Chattanooga. Good to see you, sir. We got Just a Rican, my man Rod in the chat. How you doing, Rod? Hope your weekend is getting kicked off right. Let's see. We got Dale. What is up, Dale of Suspense? Good to see you, Dale. And we got Joey back at Sevens. What's going on? John can be himself. I mean, there's not a whole lot more. It's just one. I really only have one. I'm not really deep. There's just one layer. There's just one layer. Got my man Gore in the chat. If you guys missed Sleepy Reader 666 last night, I was watching the rewind this morning. He was chatting with Gore. Two guys who are just veteran comic collectors, massively knowledgeable veteran community members who apparently have been in and around this YouTube community for about 10 years, they were saying. So that was really eye-opening for me. Made me feel young, so I'm happy about that. I try. I mean, I guess. Do I? I don't even know. Maybe I do. In Flanders Field by John McCrae, who commemorated the poppy fields in his own beautiful poem. Oh, there you go. Look, see? Adding layers of understanding to this for me. I appreciate that. What is up, Tony the Old Wolf? Listening in the background, Tony. I'm going to unbox something here that is for you. You're welcome to peek at it, but I'm just letting you know that it's something that I got specifically for you. And I'm realizing my Wi-Fi is getting a little spotty. I hope it's not doing anything. I'm going to get my phone off the Wi-Fi. The kids aren't awake, so it's really just me. I'm the drain. Yes, indeed. Happy Veterans Day to all. Let's see who else we got. You got White Tiger. What is up, Ruben? My man to the north. What's going on? Hope you're doing well. We got Team Ohana. Mahalo to you. I hope things are going well in your neck of the woods. So yeah, this is a Veterans Day weekend. So definitely out here with the Mission 22 Till Valhalla project and promoting mental health awareness and veterans affairs and all those awesome things as well. So many things to support But I'm also going to be discussing C3, the Comics Curing Cancer event that we participated with on our channel as part of this epic across so many channels event. I've included in the description for this video all the videos from that weekend. So if you missed one, if you were busy that weekend, totally understand. You can find all the channels there, and you can subscribe to the ones you may have missed. You can check in on Rob's Fat Stacks and a Legion of Comics and DJLinx and all the others who are down there. But I wanted to support them and remind us all that there's great people there. There's also ways to still donate. And I included the link for the GoFundMe for our friend Jennifer from Comics Will Break Your Heart. All of those links are right there in the video description for this show. So if you want to support Jennifer, I think she's still about $7,000 away from her goal, which is amazing. So she's made a ton of progress on her goal, and we're going to help her push all the way to the end. So you can donate to Jennifer. You can donate to Comics Curing Cancer all the way, all year round. But certainly this link goes for 2023. And then they'll launch the new link in January. So all of those things are right there in the description. But let's get to the fun stuff. I've been purchasing, like everybody else, parts of C3, and I focused my collecting primarily on original art. It was not intentional. I just noticed really great pieces going for really great prices, and I just was like, no, I'm gonna see if I can get in on some of this stuff. Now, Scott, those of you guys who know Hoarder's Hide, Scott, he's a tough guy to beat. So really what I did was get a few pieces that Scott didn't fight me on. And that's what I ended up with here. I got a lot of pieces of original art. I think I have one book in the lot. If I'm remembering correctly, I got one book as a giveaway item from Rob. But the rest are pieces of art. And a lot of it is community member artwork. So I'm very excited to kind of share some of that. I'm going to kick it off with Scotty, because I'm sorry, with Izzy. He's right there in the chat. My man Izzy. And I got this box from Izzy as part of the, I think it was the art hour that they were doing. The drawings that they were doing, that I think it was that Friday. All right. So I got, I think it's 2 books from him. Okay. Here you go, kitty cat. You want to play with that? Go ahead, get it. You might hear some crinkling as the cat plays with, oh, you're going to sit on that. Okay, you can sit on it. Okay. Yes. Ooh. Ooh. I'll make sure I don't cut anything here. Oh, he gave me an Izzyverse coupon code for the Woods Live. So he gave me a discount code, and he's got the 2 books here, including one of them has a COA on it. So I'm going to do that one. Oh, I know what these both are, because obviously I purchased them. It was part of the Sketchy Show. Sorry, I couldn't remember the name. I haven't had my coffee yet. it's barely 8:30 my time. So this one is the one that's for me. It was already signed by James Tinian IV, and I'm a big fan of the series, and he said he had a blank sketch cover. I was like, can you do something for me? So Izzy made this for me. So freaking cool. I love it. What is going on, Lady Fantastic? Good to see you. So this is the lady in red, the sort of mysterious villainess behind some of the drama in the series Department of Truth. And I don't know what issue of Department of Truth. This might be issue 1. Could it be an issue 1? I don't know. I don't know if I know it. I'm not going to open it. And maybe if Izzy knows, he'll tell me. I don't know what issue this is, but I just love these. I just love the sketch covers in this series. There's so many great ways to utilize the iconography of the Department of Truth and this character. So definitely this one was for me. Thank you, Izzy. I appreciate that, sir. And here's the one I got for Tony. I think Tony is still in the chat. I'm putting together a little box because I think Tony's visiting me sometime in the spring of 2024. And I'm putting together a little box for him. And I saw this and I thought, yes, this is perfect for Tony. Yes. Night Terror's First Blood. Here is a cover featuring Dead Man himself. I saw this. I saw that electric blue lighting in the background. And I thought, Tony needs this book. So I snagged this from a man. I don't know a bigger Dead Man fan than Tony. So I snuck this away, and I'll hide it away in a little box for Tony at some point. If he's not watching, if he doesn't watch the replay, perfect. He won't know what's coming. But this is specifically for my guy because I knew he would love it. And again, it supports a talented artist in our community and a great cause at the same time. And I can give it to a friend. Absolutely worth it. So let me set that on the ground there. See if the cat wants to play with that as well. We got Terry from the Bronze Page. What's going on, my friend Terry? Good to see you, sir. We were texting this morning. She's attacking it right now. See? She's going for it. Get it. Get it. Attack kitty. Attack kitty. Lasso saying the morning song. He's listening to Madonna records still. He's still Madonna-ing it up. Good to see you, sir. I hope you're doing well, Ryan. Yeah. Attack that Gemini mailer. Get it. Get that Gemini mailer. We've also got our man Shop in the chat. And I tried to load digital versions, but they're not the best. So I will put the digital versions I've got up, but don't worry, Shop. I'll trim them and make them a little better. But I purchased an item from Shop as part of the Comics Curing Cancer. He offered to make a Shopverse icon for anyone who won his giveaway item. This is so awesome. Holiday celebrate. And speaking of which, we got Marcus in the chat. What's going on? Dad Bod Revolutionaries Unite. What is going on, sir? So for those that don't know Shop, you saw just a little bit ago when I put up his awesome John Doom. He makes these amazing community member pieces and has done an entire universe full of these characters. And I'm just super grateful to have been a person in that universe. But I wanted more. So when I saw that he was raffling off the chance to make another character for the Shopverse, I purchased. Because, as most of you know, I am not even the second most interesting person on my YouTube channel. So I needed the others to join in, right? I needed the other members in my household to join the Shopverse. And he said, not only will I do that, I'm going to give you a poster of it. So I've got the digital version, but I've now got a poster version. There is Charlie as the Scarlet Witch and Kate as Captain Britain. You have the John's Comics with Kids team as now a member crew of the Shopverse. Look at that. Phenomenal. So phenomenal. It looks so great, my man. I appreciate it. Oh, he wrote a little note. Thank you for the awesome contribution to C3. Hope you enjoy your poster. I appreciate all the support in the shop for the Shopverse project. And let me throw up the digital version. Like I said, I loaded them. I needed to like crop it better. I'm sorry that I didn't take the time to crop these better. So he gave me just the girls. There's a version of just the two girls. There's just the three of us. And then he gave us like a cityscape background. So phenomenal, man. So excellent. I appreciate you, sir. And then he took me, if you don't want Dr. Doom in there with the girls, I get it. Fantastic. We appreciate being part of the Shopverse. Absolutely. He does sell merch. So if you wanted to get like a shirt with the Shopverse on it, if you want to get posters, those kinds of things, reach out to him through Instagram. You can find the links. And then you can get your own Shopverse posters with so many members of the community included. It's becoming so impressive at this point, the massive scale of all of this. So now my challenge is to find a good home for this. It may go right here where Green Lantern is. I may shuffle some things around this weekend. That was part of my plan. I redid all my comic single issues. I got to go through and do some slabs and some trades. But then I'm gonna do redesign some of the background here that's been up for a long time and give it a little bit of a fresh vibe. And this is perfect for that. Absolutely perfect. We got Dave in the chat. Wait a second. Let me pause down for a second here. I've got Sean in the chat. We got some great classic community members. We got Sean. What is that? Puff. As you can see, there's his Shopverse version right there. So awesome to see you, Sean. He was just talking about a movie I'd never heard of. He'll have to even remind me in the chat what it was called, because I was like, I've never heard of this. Apparently it's a trilogy. But every Friday or every other Friday, pretty often, he and Varengi and Vigilante are together talking movies. And they had Gary B, the casual comic guy, with them this week. But I saw Dave. What's up, Dave? I saw him too. John, Kate, and Charlie are now superheroes, right? Things happen fast. Kids grow up. It's getting bold and busy around here. So yeah, those were two great community members, and the artwork I got. So really appreciative of them for sure. We got Puff saying it was called Hell Comes to Frogtown. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Absolutely amazing. Cracking me up. What's up, Schultzy? Good to see you, sir. One love from Chicago. Good to see you, my man. I do apologize for the epic vacation that Comic Gories has been on. It is entirely my fault, and it's just the busyness of life. It's hard to be consistent on my end with 2-3 nights a week of taking kids to practices and such. It's been incredibly challenging, but I appreciate the people like you that are keeping the love going for sure. Air Spider 22 and 23 in the house. Good to see you both. It's about lunchtime your time, so maybe you're sitting down to have a little lunch. Is Delphia in here too? I hope Delphia is doing well. Dave, I hope you are both doing well. Okay, so those were community member art pieces from C3. I got one more piece that's not from C3 before I get into the big box here. I found this artist on Instagram, and let me see the best way to open this. It's probably right here. And I thought their art style was so unusual that I commissioned them for a piece. And they are shipping, I believe, from Brazil. So it took a while for it to arrive, but here it is nonetheless. The style is so different. It's basically all on pen. It's pen on paper and absolutely gorgeous. And he did, so I'll show you the whole process here. It's really gorgeous. I'm super happy to see it. So I basically told him, look, I want something with a mutant character attacking a sentinel. And he said, so you can either have two characters or a character and a background for the set price that I was asking. And so I said, well, give me a character and the background will be the sentinel that this character's attacking. And I wanted Wolverine, but I wanted Laura Kinney Wolverine. So I'm going to show you what he did first, which is a quick set of 3 different poses in ink. And then he let me pick the design I liked the most. And then he used that to make the large version. Okay. Show it, brother. So here we go. So he did these 3 different Laura Kinney drawings, and he had her sitting on the sentinel head, standing on it, and then slashing it. And I was like, these are all really cool, but something about this one in the middle where she's like standing on top of it all tough. I was like, yes, I love this. And I said, the only change I want is right now there are 2 Laura Kinneys in our universe. There's a young and an old, kind of like Old Man Logan kind of thing. And the older Laura Kinney is called Talon. And what I asked was, can you give her just a little bit of gray in her hair, like the stripe that she's got, so that it can be representing Talon? And I sent him some screen grabs of issues of the comic. And I said, this is kind of what she looks like right now. And so this is the final version here. So freaking cool. Again, a very unusual art style. It's incredibly vibrant. So characters with a lot of color, like a sentinel, pop really, really well. The inking is so fantastic. Everything just looks gorgeous. And I'm just really, really blown away. My biggest mistake is I forgot to include the Instagram link for him. And so I'm going to try to drop it in the chat right now. It'll take me a couple of seconds, and I apologize for that. I did not prep that. I'll go to my Instagram, and he's on Instagram, and he does variant covers from time to time, but he does commissions more often. And let's see. There he is. Sorry about this, that it took me so long. He's Tony Silas, control copy, and I'll drop the link here in the chat, and I can share it on Instagram if you ever need it. But Tony, I believe it's pronounced Tony, even though it's Thony. Really, really great. I'm sorry, kitty cat. You're gonna stay up here on the table now, okay? But again, like I said, really fun style, unlike anything I've really seen before, and it made me just want to say, you know what? Let me get one of these, and it came out perfect. I love the white in her hair that gives her that Talon look. Just so cool, just great. I love everything about it. So this is a great piece. Absolutely super happy with getting one of these. And if you go to he's done several like poster size ones with like a massive group of characters. They come out so well. He is really, really talented. Gotta love it. Okay, Kitty Cat's like, I'm not getting enough attention here. What is going on? Make the show about me, please. I know. Sorry about that. He even did a little drawing on the outside. I think it's supposed to be him. I appreciate it. It's very nice, sir. Much appreciated. And it also protected the artwork so nicely. So I'll put it back inside of there. But like I said, it's going to be an original art unboxing. Yeah, he did a Phoenix commission not too long ago. Absolutely amazing pieces and very reasonable pricing. I highly recommend it. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. What's up, Tyler's in the chat? What's going on, man? Yeah, what drew me to him was I saw this really vibrant color style, and I thought, you know what? I want something like from him. I just want some piece that I think is different and interesting. And the cat's attacking my foot now. She's got the antsy energy. Let me let her out. I'm going to pull a JP here and walk away from my show so that I can let her out. Yes, his IG is phenomenal if you haven't seen it. And the link I just dropped a little bit ago if you want to check it out. Here, girl, you want to go out? You wanna go out? Pulled a little JP there. Had to let the cat out. But well worth the time. Even if nothing else, you can check out and see the look of his style, because I think it's really, really interesting and definitely has that sci-fi look to it for sure. What's up, Roscoe? I did not get a Roscoe piece this year, although I have right behind me. I've got my Roscoe piece from C3 last year that I won. But I'm unboxing all the original art pieces and things that I got through the C3 auction, and then one piece that I commissioned. Oof. And I have not even started the box I got. Let the JP out. I haven't even started the box, which is next, from Rob, because most of the stuff I bought was in the big auction night. On Sunday, the big Sunday auction. Did you see the Roscoe commission, Lisa? And I just got in. Yes, dude, amazing. Roscoe, we have so many artists in our community that are phenomenal and absolutely worth the time. So it's one of the things I've liked about C3 has been this opportunity for them to participate through their art. That's amazing. And I will say, and I think I said it in the chat on the big auction on Sunday, the most talented artist that I saw this year was K-pop, who basically made a My Pet Roscoe. I am so upset that I did not win that. I was willing to go big on the My Pet Roscoe. I thought that came out so well, and she did such a phenomenal job. Katie should start an entire line of My Pet whatevers and give like all members of the community some of that stuff, because she is so talented. It was so amazing. Yes. I mean, it was easily the most upsetting item I did not win during the auctions. It was so good. And if you missed it, I'm sure when it eventually lands at its proper home and gets unboxed, you'll get to see the final version, because it is truly special. We're doing it again with Black Friday. What? You're doing another sketchy show on Black Friday for Comics Curing Cancer. That's fantastic. Definitely tag me on Instagram and I'll share all of that. Izzy, I'm definitely happy to do that. That's fantastic. And if Katie wants to offer up another My Pet Monster, I will bid the daylights out of that. I will bid. I want a My Pet John or something. I want another. Katie is a turd. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right. I'm going to open this. This is the larger box, right? This is the one I got from Rob. Most of my items came from Rob. So this is going to be the big boy. I honestly don't even remember how many things I got. There was just a lot of items. Ooh, okay. I'm going to have to unbox this a little differently. I had to unfold all the cardboard, I believe, here. Going that way and turn it around. Yeah. I got my Reggie Collects. Whoa, don't cut yourself. Cut away from yourself. Got my Reggie Collects blade with me. Never leave home without it. I think this is the slab I won. And I might do that one first. And then I got the art pieces here. All right. So I'm going to set that up here. So it looks like a couple of art pieces and then a slab. I legitimately forgot. So unsurprising, I suppose. I got so wrapped up in I bid on a lot of stuff, but what did you win? It's hard to remember all the stuff. It's such a busy, wild weekend. Oh, got it, Izzy. Yeah, but tag me. We should continue to support our community, right? All the artists in our community. Okay, no more noises. Ooh, I got some awesome C3 stickers. I will absolutely be putting those all over things. And I got a 9.6 first Punisher 2099. Rob, if you didn't know, mega 2099 fan, and he was giving away a ton of slabbed comics from that run. So I know I've got this issue, the direct edition that they have, which is this one. But that's hilarious. That's fantastic. I appreciate you donating so much time, energy, and so many books, Rob. So thank you for that. And that was part of his slab show, his Saturday OnlySlabs show. He gave away a ton of slabs, absolutely crazy amount. So, all right, let me take the blue tape off of all this here. I'm gonna save the blue tape. Reuse. I'm a blue tape fanboy. I know some friends of mine don't agree, but definitely a fan of the blue tape. Painter's tape all day. So don't want to waste it. All right. I will say Rob packed this like a champion. Did a phenomenal job packing this. So very appreciative of him taking the hard time. I know it was probably a ton of things to pack. The Doom 2099 was a great one too. Yeah, he had a whole set, like Ghost Rider, I think 2099. He went crazy. All right. Sorry, a lot of tape. Okay. All right. Okay, perfect. So this is a page that came from a comic series called Bishop War Journal. Bishop the mutant from X-Men. And it was a series of stories featuring the character. And I can't remember what year this was. The artist is Sean Damian Hill. And I saw this, and it's basically a half of a splash page. It's a really great page. Really looks amazing. Yeah, like mutants, and yeah, looks like a Krakoan gate, and just really cool. So here's the page that I won. And it's basically a splash page, but with an inset. So there's the inset where the characters are going through the gate. You can kind of see. And then there's Bishop with the X on his back, sort of looking in awe at the city of the future. Really, really wild panel. And I thought it was just such a cool page, and I couldn't believe how little it was going for, and I had to buy it. Get out of here, Joe. What are you doing to me? Couldn't resist a mutant page with Bishop on it, a Krakoan gate. And I was like, yes, I had. So now I got to hunt down this issue and make sure I've got it in the collection to go with it. What is up, C Bizzle? Good to see you, sir. Absolutely beautiful. It came in great condition. He even added these slip sleeves for it. Hugely appreciative of that. So thank you, Rob, for sending that along. And I think that might have been a page that that Hoarder's Hide offered up and sent in for the event. The other item I got came courtesy of Daymare's comic community friend who donated a bunch of items to this event and who has suffered through the issues of cancer in his own personal family. Absolutely tragic, and yet also he's so participatory. He spends so much of his time contributing to these kinds of events, including original art. And he had this art piece by Todd Aaron Smith. It was a piece that Todd had done for a convention and just was there for sale, I believe. If you don't know who that is, he was one of the contributing artists for Batman, the animated series. And he goes to a lot of cons and does art and, commissions and sketches. And so this is a sketch piece that I got from Daymare's, but Rob had it as a donation for C3. I mean, amazing Joker, Batman tied up, hanging. It's such a great piece. I could not resist. It is capturing all the love for Batman the animated series for me. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to let this slip away. Knowing that it was Daymare's as well, made it even more meaningful, I think, in a lot of ways. What is up, Cali Comics? Good to see you, sir. All serial killers have 3 names. I better watch out. So Todd Aaron Smith might be coming for me. So yeah, these were the 2 big pieces that I won as part of Comics Curing Cancer. A Batman one and an X-Men one, which is very fitting for me. And I'm super pumped to add these to my original art collection, which is slowly growing, slowly becoming a little bit of something. But mostly is just fun for me. Like it's fun for me to participate and snag some of these pieces. If you are thinking of dabbling in the original art world, like I've slowly started, Comics Curing Cancer is a great way to do it. And next year when the event comes around, make sure you bookmark that time in the day and save a little money for it, because pieces went for incredibly cheap prices. And so it's a great way to get in on original art and have some pieces for your collection for sure. Would really love to ink that piece. Oh, Izzy's asking to get involved now. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate you, my friend. And I'm super happy to have them. So now my original art collection's getting fancy. I've got a little folder where I keep all of the pieces, and it's starting to become something. It's not just like one piece now. It's growing a little bit. So that is my unboxing. That is all the items that I've got. I was going to talk a little bit of new comics, but I was going to remind everybody the links are down below for Comics Curing Cancer and for Jennifer from Comics Will Break Your Heart, her GoFundMe for her cancer battle. All of that is down below. So you can continue to contribute and to donate and to support Jennifer as well as Comics Curing Cancer if you have the time or the money or the option. Certainly you can share those links as well. You can add them to your videos or your Instagrams or Facebooks and those kinds of things. More eyes is better. And Jennifer is now, she's past, let's see, she's almost to the 3/4 mark for her goal. So she's getting near to the end. So we're hoping to help her finish strong and complete her goal for her comics, keep Jen reading. We want to keep Jen reading for sure. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Izzy. I know so many of you in the community, we've raised so much for her already. It's incredible. So really impressed by our community. All right. So let me move some blue tape out of the way so I don't catch my leg hairs all over these. Scoot some of those out of the way because I've got my new comic book day haul here. Oof. All right. I'm probably getting a little loud. I'm going to hear from my girls about, why did you wake me up at 8:30? I wanted to sleep in. Apologies. All right, so I've got DC and Marvel, and one issue number 1. I'm going to start with Poison Ivy, because of the 6 books I got this week, 3 of them were Poison Ivy covers. I got several of the issue 16. I think issue 16 had some of the best covers they've had for Poison Ivy in a while. There's the Nakayama, absolutely fantastic. And then my personal favorite, this was Otto Schmidt, I think. That sounds right. Otto Schmidt. This was gorgeous. I thought this issue was really good. It's setting up the plant zombies that are going to come attack Gotham, and that she's going to have to find a way to defeat. So it's the setup of the big story, I think, that we're heading towards now that Night Terrors is done. So the next big arc, it looks like, is going to be a sort of Walking Dead-esque storyline with Gotham under attack from these I can't remember the name of the spores that she released, but these like monster zombie spore monsters coming to Gotham that she's going to have to figure out a way to stop. David Nakayama is amazing, absolutely phenomenal, and really, really nice. And I got a commissioned remark from him in Orlando. Super nice, great guy. And I got a bunch of books and a bunch of signatures and all that kind of stuff. So Poison Ivy issue 16 was really good. That was this week. I'm enjoying that series, obviously, and continuing to get a lot of covers for it. It's the only book I really have doing that for. I'm enjoying Birds of Prey as well. This was issue 3 for Birds of Prey. And the artist Romero, I think, is a big part of what I love about this. Obviously, Kelly Thompson does a great job on writing, but the art style, and I'll show you a little sampler here. Keonda Borinkin is in the chat, and Perry's in the chat. What's going on? If you guys rewind later, and maybe I'll recap at the end, I got my original art pieces from the Comics Curing Cancer event, and I was unboxing all those. Let's see here. Can I find a good spread or splash page for y'all to enjoy? I was hoping for something with Barda, because he does draw Big Barda really well. Oh, yeah, there's some good stuff with Diana. Oh, so here you go. There's Oliver Queen versus Diana. To hold it a little still. Sorry about that. But the art style is super cartoon-like. It reminds me of old comic books, Silver Age kind of style. And I just really dig and I can't remember Romero's first name. I apologize. It's probably at the beginning here somewhere. Nope, I'm not finding it. Sorry. They have to have it in there somewhere, right? Isn't that the rule? It just says Romero on the front. I'm really sorry about that. I should know that. The next issue is going to be the big battle with Diana. That's sort of how this issue ends. It's the setup for the big fight. Does have definite Darwin Cook vibes, Izzy. I totally agree. But there she is, coming to stop the sneak they did into Themyscira in this issue. But really interesting. I like it a lot. It's not Caesar, sadly, no. And this has been a really entertaining series. I'm not super familiar with most of the characters in this. Like Cassandra Cain, I know a little bit. I do not know Zealot at all, and I know so I'm not super familiar with her. I know Black Canary-ish, but I haven't read a ton of her stuff, and I'm not a mega Harley Quinn fan. The reason I'm buying, so then you're like, John, why are you buying Birds of Prey if you don't like these characters? I like the team, the creative team, and I love Big Barda. She's the main reason I'm here, and I want to see Barda versus Wonder Woman. That's what I really want to see. I want to see that throwdown. That's what I like. In fact, they even discussed it in this issue. Barda says something like, on her worst day and on my best day, maybe we could tie. but if Wonder Woman's mad, I'm gonna have a really hard time beating her. And then they're like, oh, you mean like if Wonder Woman found out that we were breaking into Themyscira and beating up her friends, she might be mad? Yeah, that's the problem. So those are my DC comics. I've got X-Men books, and then I've got this issue number 1 that I'm sure a lot of you were curious about. Lasso says, I have a Mr. Miracle comic with Barda versus Wonder Woman. That's what it's all about. Black Canary was always cool, and Green Arrow. That's some of the stuff I've read is their time together. And of course, Batman books where she pops in and out of Batman. I bought this book for two reasons. Number one, I finished the previous run of this character that just wrapped, and I liked it. But number two, this is a brand new jumping on point, and the writer David Pepose is someone I've had on my channel. When he was doing a comic called Scout's Honor, I had him on to discuss it. He's incredibly tied into our community, and I think he's just one of those guys that is worth the listening to, worth the time. And so whenever he's got a new book, I want to check it out. This is his first time writing for Marvel, and I wanted to dive in on it. So this is David Pepose's Punisher. He's got a new character that he's kind of inventing that is going to be the new Punisher for a short time here, while our Punisher is it's not limbo. I can't remember the name of the place where he is right now, because I think they're going to do a story with him in that place where Jason Aaron left him. So I got this new issue number 1. No idea kind of what it was going to be. I would say the simplest way to describe it is it's like popcorn. It's a lot of fun. There's not a lot of substance to it, and it's gone before you know it. And you kind of want, like, wait, I wanted a little bit more. So for me, it does make me want to get the issue 2. I don't know that he's got his hooks into me, like as far as the emotions of the story, but it is violent, action-packed, lots of things going on here as far as the gunplay and stuff. So it's definitely hooked me in as like a classic Punisher-esque kind of story. So I'm curious to see who this guy is, as far as how is his code maybe differ from Frank's, and what is he going to be like? So that's an issue 1 that if you just want a traditional action-packed Punisher book, that's a good pickup right there. That's one that works. I got 3 other books, and they're all X-Men related. The only book I bought a little over a week and a half ago is X-Men issue 29. I think this was. It's not on the cover. This is the escape of Juggernaut and the drama going on with Firestorm. This was a great issue. A lot of good action as well. I think we're in a very action-focused time for the Krakoan era. Everything is very action-packed. Lots of characters dying, lots of things happening, and things are changing. I think it's the transition point for the Krakoan era. So a lot of good action centered in and around what's going on there. So I was very entertained by this. I think we didn't get enough of Sync and Laura Kinney, who are kind of leading the current team, because the focus was on the espionage. And the espionage specifically is Firestar pretending to be a member of the bad guys team, and then using that leverage to help someone like Juggernaut escape and help pass information on to the resistance group, right? So Firestar has become a sort of important piece in the last few issues. All right, so there we go. And that leaves you with 2 more. What is up, Jeff, the Cantonese kid? My man, what's going on? Good to see you, sir. I hope your Saturday is kicking off well. Next is issue number 3 of the Uncanny Spider-Man. We got Silver Sable versus Nightcrawler in this storyline. This has been really entertaining. This has been the lighter, fluffier Nightcrawler compared to what Spurrier had been writing in the previous 2 stories of Nightcrawler. He's definitely having a little fun, I think, with the lighter side of Kurt, including some saucy bits. And I won't get too saucy with you, but you get to have, Kurt and Silver Sable are definitely getting friendly and blurring the lines between hunter and hunted. I do like the concept that she is not the out and out villain, but she's just a hired gun, and she recognizes that she's working for the bad guys, and so she's not terribly motivated to fulfill her duty. But at the same time, he knows that at some point she's going to get called to task and have to actually catch him. So that's been very entertaining, and I've been enjoying a lot of the drama there, as well as the silliness of Nightcrawler as Spider-Man. I think that's very fun and funny. This last issue is the one I probably enjoyed the most. And of course, it's the Storm comic book, X-Men Red. We've got the Return of Apocalypse, some very big things happening. And I even screen grabbed a couple of pages that I wanted to show you because I thought these were really cool. So those of you that have hung around, I appreciate you hanging out on this Veterans Day weekend. Here are some pieces from, this is X-Men Red 17. It started with, I jumped to the wrong one first. I blew it. It started with this bit here where basically Apocalypse has pulled together 4 people, mutants that are extremely powerful to represent Earth, Air, Fire, and Water, because he's trying to accelerate Storm's natural magic powers. And for those of you that are like, Storm has magic? Yeah. There's some classic early Claremont stories where you see Storm having some magical abilities, some native natural magical abilities, especially with the storyline in Limbo, where we see an older version of Storm who's had to survive in Limbo to protect Ileana. And she's got a real powerful magic. So what he's doing here is he's pulling together four mutants that are sort of symbolically Earth, Air, Fire, and Water, and then channeling that energy into Storm. And then what happens is this great, so that's 2 spread pages in a row, right? And this second one I thought was so spectacular because it pulled images from her history in a sort of psychedelic fever dream, right? We get these early Claremont Cockrum pieces. We get Louise Simonson's early Apocalypse drawings. We get some of Vulcan's early drawing pieces here, all sort of melded together as Storm undergoes this transformation. I don't know quite what the tomatoes have to do with it, but I think it's the idea of being connected to nature and life. And so the Earth, Air, and Fire, and Water are sort of channeling through her to make her this sort of magical being. I just love the throwback of it all, the look of it all. You get the old style Storm look and really done. I love the use of the cover from X Factor 5, the first Apocalypse full appearance, the way they use that. And it highlighted, firstly, it highlighted where Apocalypse is right now, because he's sort of standing between the mutants of Earth and Arakko and his wife, who is looking to kind of take over. And it shows what he can do as far as accelerating the powers of other mutants. Really, really cool style. What is up, Damien? I was just watching I said at the beginning of the show, I was watching the Gore Vidal and Damien Sleepy Reader 666 interview that they did last night. I had a show at the exact same time, which just meant that I had something to look forward to this morning when I woke up. I was watching the 2 of them because talk about 2 knowledgeable guys who have been collecting a long time and have been members in our community way longer than I have, really breaking down some really important stuff. So I really appreciated getting that to watch this morning. I'm only, I think, halfway through. I think it was an hour and 40 minutes. It was almost the same length as my show that was running simultaneously. So good to see you this morning, Damien. So yeah, that was X-Men Red 17, the read of the week for me. I would say I think it's just been a series that's always been really strong. Al Ewing has been doing a great job on Storm for the last few years. He did Sword, which had her in it, and now X-Men Red. And I think he's just done a really impressive job giving her a story meaning and value. So really, really great. Sad Vision and Wonder Woman's Rope meeting up head to head. What is up, Hoodat, in the chat? Happy Saturday to you. Happy Veterans Day, Hoodat. What's going on, my man? And that's it. I will recap the artwork here in just a second that I unboxed, because this was a big unboxing day for me. I will mention where I got these items. C3 Comics Curing Cancer was an event that happened a few weeks ago, and I've been holding on to things as they arrived and haven't unboxed anything until this morning. I did not buy many comics. In fact, I didn't buy any books. What I bought were pieces of original art. And occasionally I would win something else, like I won a slab from Rob, but mostly what I was there for was some of these amazing pieces, and I'll share those with you now. Let me move my So let me move my new comic books out of the way. First up, we got Izzy. If you guys don't know Izzyverse, he's been in and out of the chat most of the morning here. I appreciate him coming and hanging out. And I snagged two sketch covers that he did during the Sketchy Show on Friday during Comics Curing Cancer. I got this one from my man Tony. Old Wolf is going to love this. It looks fantastic. I love the coloring. The blue flames look so spectacular. Absolutely fantastic. And then for myself, I snagged from Izzy this Department of Truth issue 1 sketch cover that he did for me. Amazing color work. So spectacular. The woman in red looks great. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous. So I got those two pieces from Izzy. And I bought a commission from our friend Shop, who's in the chat right there. My man Shop. And what I got was the opportunity to make another community member as a member of the Shopverse. So originally he made this amazing John Doom for me early on, and I love it. It's absolutely fantastic. You've probably seen it on my channel a few times. And I said, hey, I won this thing. Can you do 2 people? Because I need my daughters as the Avengers. So I've got Kate here as Captain Britain, and I got Charlie here as Wanda from the Multiverse of Madness crossover stuff going on here. And then he put us together. And then he put us together in an awesome city background. And then get me out of there. Yeah. That's nobody needs to see that. And then he sent me a poster of it. This amazing poster version. So phenomenal. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to make room for it on my wall. Beautiful piece. And like I mentioned, he is selling pieces. You can get shirts and all kinds of things using the Shopverse. There are so many great members of our community that are now members of the Shopverse you can snag as well. So cool. And yes, Shop strikes again. Amazing pieces. I mentioned a slab. Of course, it would not be a Rob's Fat Stacks giveaway if there weren't 2099 books. And I got Punisher 1, 2099, and a 9.6. Absolutely fantastic book. Thank you so much to Rob for doing all those giveaways during his slab show on that Saturday during C3. And then the other 2 pieces that I got for C3 were this page from Bishop War College. And this is issue number 3, page number 16. You get a Krakoan sort of gate there with characters coming through into the city. And then Bishop's back as he sort of sees this amazing city and all these super-powered characters all bipping around. Just a great splash page with a fun inset on it as well. So now I'm going to have to hunt down that book. I'm going to make sure I add that to the collection. And then I got this commissioned piece. This is by Todd Aaron Smith, who is one of the head artists during Batman the Animated Series. And he goes to conventions and draws sketches for people. So this is obviously one of his pieces with Batman and the Joker. So phenomenal. And this was donated through Daymares, our friend of the community, who sent this along to be auctioned off during the big original art auction on Sunday, and I was lucky enough to snag that one. I beat out Hoarder's Hide Scott just by a nose. So those are my pieces I got from C3. I also showed off a commission I got, and I will drop the link again in the chat. I think I still have it saved. I do. This is Tony Silas, who packaged this up for me, and I asked him. He's got a very original art style, and I said, hey, can you do something with a Sentinel and Laura Kinney? He did a couple of quick sketches and said, what kind of style do you like the most? And I picked the one in the middle, and then he did up this amazing piece for me. Just absolutely gorgeous. And I had him make Laura Kinney a little older, like she is currently in the storyline as the character Talon. So Talon has the little bit of wispy white in her hair and just looks like a boss. And there she is destroying a Sentinel as she should. So huge thank you to Tony as well. And you can find him on Instagram. He's got very good rates, very reasonable, and an incredibly original style. The look of his pieces, they're not like anything else you're going to find. and the colors are really, really vibrant and they pop. It's all done with pens, as I believe. It's all pen work and really beautiful. So I recommend, at least if nothing else, it's another cool artist that you can follow. I think he's in Brazil, and so the shipping took a little while, but it was packaged beautifully, made it safely, and I'm very grateful to him for making that for me. So there you go. That was my original art unboxing. I got a lot of great things I can add. I point up there because that's where I keep my original art. I got a nice folio for it all up there. So I'm going to add these pieces as my collection of original art keeps growing. I want to thank all the C3 team, and I have all their links down below. So you can find all the people whose channels were part of C3, including Rob and Mark and DJLinx, as well as members in our chat here like Izzy who were participating. You can also find the link to donate, and I included also the link to donate for Jen. Comics Will Break Your Heart, and her battle against cancer. You can donate towards her GoFundMe. It's all right down there as well. I did, Damien. I did a little bit. I've been trying to be good about it, but I'll tell you, the deals during the C3 auctions, it was hard to say no to some of that stuff. There was just some really great pieces there. So it's good that I didn't spend more because thankfully Hoarder's Hide Scott was in there ahead of me, and he snagged most of that stuff. So I escaped. All right, so that's it, gang. I've got a pretty chill day today, but I'll probably be in any of the chats. So when everybody's doing their shows later, I'm hoping to jump in and say hey and check in on what's going on in the community this weekend. But thanks all for coming by, and I'll catch you all again later. Peace.